You guys want to just keep paper and keep that stuff, make sure that just stays going.
It is 1 o'clock in the morning, Saturday night into Sunday morning. We've got the burn barrels going. It's really pretty through here. It's already toasting up over here. The temperature has hit 29 degrees Fahrenheit. We've stuffed these with paper to help them get going. It'll be a clear flame soon.
All right, as you can see, it's middle of the night, getting close to 2 a.m. right now. The freeze started a bit earlier than expected. Of course, it seems that's just the way it is lately. We hit 32 degrees at 10 p.m. and what was it? By midnight we were at 29, and I decided to get out here at 1 o'clock. So we got out here at 1 o'clock to get all the burn barrels lit. Everything went really good there. We got our water hose over here for safety precautions, and so yeah, we got these burn barrels lit up, and it's warming the area up quite quickly. I got a thermometer in the middle of this tree up kind of high, and the temperature's almost up to 35 degrees already inside that tree. So yeah, that's what we have going on so far. Now it's just a matter of keeping these burn barrels loaded, because we're probably more than likely looking at having 9 hours of temperatures at 29 degrees or lower, that's pretty brutal. 9 hours of it. And I'm sure it's going to get even lower. I'm sure the temperatures are probably going to get, who knows, maybe 27 or so. I know that was the forecast, but time will tell. So, but I'm pretty confident what we're doing here is gonna work out and keep these trees pretty good, because it's definitely warmed the area up. Here I feel like I need to take some layers off and stuff, just moving around over here. But we'll show some footage a little bit later as we go over pretty soon here and get those smudge pots fired up.
So Richard, what you think?
It's a good idea. I can feel the whole air is warmed up really good.
Yeah.
I'm sure these mango trees are going to appreciate it. I tell you what, when I've eaten one of them, when it's bloom and get mangoes, I will appreciate it. We do our part, and the mango tree does the rest.
Yeah.
So I said it was almost 2 o'clock. It's actually 1:40 right now, and I wanted to see what the temperature was, because when we came out here at 1 o'clock it was 29 degrees, and I just went in and checked, and the temperature has spiked in the property. We're now looking at 31 degrees. If that had happened, we wouldn't have been out here to light the burn barrels already. We would have waited at least until the temperature got low enough. At 31 degrees we really don't need to have these burn barrels running. And I checked a couple other thermometers, and the temperature is spiking, but it is what it is. At least it's not terribly freezing out. And sometimes you get these in the middle of the night, you can get these warm pockets that move through for an hour or two that will spike the temperature a degree or two, and then it will come crashing back down. So we're kind of going at this now, so we're just going to continue to keep it running and let it play out. I'm sure the temperature is going to fall back down eventually, but for now we don't have to go over there and light the smudge pots on the other side of the property, so long as the temperature stays approximately where it's at right now. So we'll see how this goes the rest of the night, but that's just an update. All right, we're giving another update here. As I said before, we got out here at 1 o'clock, and it was 29 degrees at that time, and we got the burn barrels loaded and going, and everything was going good. And about 1:30-ish or so, there was a temperature spike, a little warm pocket that moved over. It ended up being bigger than I thought, because we got all the way up to like 33 degrees and it has hung around. We are now at 417 in the morning, and the temperature dropped back down to 32, but it's kind of just sitting there at 32. We just reloaded the barrels. We didn't really need to, but I don't know if the temperature is going to plummet again. It probably will, but it's just been kind of weird because I'm looking at weather underground, and temperatures all around us are 30, 28, 30, 31, 32, so anywhere in that area. But our particular property on the far end of the 2.5 acres has been maintaining 33 degrees, 32, and according to this thermometer down here, we're 33 degrees right now. So right now it's really turned out to be not much of a threat of a freeze like it initially showed tonight, because we've just had this warm pocket come over us, and it's kind of just sat and stayed here. So we're just kind of sitting in our chairs and chilling by staying warm, and basically if we get to 6 o'clock and things aren't looking bad at that point, we're pretty much going to be out of the clear, because any temperature drop from that point will be short-lived and we'll warm up. But so we'll continue to see what's going on. It certainly started off looking bad. I have not, since I've been here, what now, this is our 6th winter, Jen?
Yeah, I guess so. Or
I have not seen us hit freezing at 10 p.m. like we did tonight. The earliest I've seen it is like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we hit it at 10 o'clock, and we were at 29 by midnight. So I was thinking, man, this is going to be brutal. And then we got out here, lit everything up, and that warm pocket came over us, and we've just been chilling for the last few hours because it was warm. So that's where we're at. No significant freeze issue right now for us, so we'll keep you updated. We are just after 6 a.m. and temperature here on the property is 30 degrees, which just kind of surprised me. All the weather underground, can't hardly see, all the weather underground areas around me say 27. I've seen some 26s. About 20 minutes north of here, I've even seen 24s and 23s and 25s. Let's see. That typically reads a little bit warm, but yeah, it's saying 31.5 right now. I mean, you can see there's no frost on the Sapodilla. There is definitely frost out here tonight. You can see on the lawn tractor, frost. You see, it's hard to tell, but frost. You get back down there by the burn barrels, but it's been just a very different night than I expected. Especially since it was so cold early on, and all we've gotten down to is 30. I expect it'll probably drop to 29, but at this point, the other day we were at 30 degrees. We hit 29 at 6 a.m. We're just past 6 a.m. now, and it stayed at 29 for 2 hours, and the trees and everything were fine. So I'm really not gonna reload these burn barrels over here anymore. We're pretty much done for the night. You see, I'm just trying to hope I don't drop my phone into that fire. That would not be good. Just trying to let the rest of that go. burn out. That one's still got a fair amount of wood in it. You get inside this tree, see what our temperature is up there. 35.8. Oh, what's that doing? Yeah, 35.8. Right now, that's because the burn barrels aren't cranking right now. They're way down. There's not much wood going off, and they're not blasting out massive amounts of heat, so the temperature's coming down, but that's still pretty good. 36 degrees inside that tree. And yeah, that says 32, so that's gone back up some because it was a little bit lower. So it looks like maybe we're not going to go any lower. We might be rebounding. Just been a very odd thing with all the temperatures around us being so low, 27 degrees, but we thankfully kind of had a warm spot on our property this evening ever since 1:30, 1:40. It just warmed up a few degrees and kind of hung out. Got down there to 30 degrees as you just saw, but it's not that bad. Especially, I mean, I can literally drive not even 5 minutes from here and get to those places where it's 27 degrees. 15 minutes north of here, 20 minutes north of here, I can get to those places that are 25 degrees, 24, even saw some 23. I mean, it's just 20s all around, and except for here. So we're thankful for that. Yeah, ended up being really, I didn't even need to do all these burn barrels, but you never know. I mean, what are you going to do? It's 29 degrees at midnight. You're looking at the potential of having a 9-hour freeze of below 29 degrees. It didn't look good, and so get out here and do it, and things turn around for whatever reason. So just be thankful with that. And so I think I'm gonna end this, and hopefully no more freezes. So that's a wrap. God bless. It is 7 a.m. now. We have just, within the last few minutes, made it back down to 29, which was that low that we had at midnight. It's made its way all the way back down there. But things will start warming up over the next hour, so shouldn't be a big deal. But we did make it down to 29, so just figured I'd add that in.
It is a crisp 29 degrees this Sunday morning, about 7 o'clock. We made it through the night. It did not get as cold or stay cold consistently through the night, through the morning. We don't have as much frost. It did obviously freeze, but the ground is not nearly as wide as it was the last weekend. In the far left of the screen is the the purple glory tree, and the 2 basils under the 2 trash bags here, and of course my garlic vine, and I stuffed a couple of pots under that. And over here is the bougainvillea, and across the way those 2 bushes are the jaboticabas. Looks like Corey already uncovered those. Here are the yucca mounds that I created last night. I covered the yucca with a pile of leaves, and You can see all the frost on the leaves. And I'm hoping that these protected the tender yucca and that they'll be able to survive. I'll uncover them later after the sun comes out. Let's see, I'm sure we have some more frozen water over here. I'm gonna check it out. Ooh, about to slip off here. Oh yeah. And of course it's frozen over there as well. We'll see how the tomatoes did. We didn't put any heat in there, but we did layer them well. Poor bananas look worse. But they will survive. We'll see how the blue my minds did under the moss as well. The dew point this weekend wasn't as high as that of last weekend, so we don't have as much dew and therefore frost all over everything.
It is 7:20 now, and we have hit 28 degrees. So it's really dropping fast, but I think this is probably going to stop here really soon and bounce back up. Not too worried about this causing any extra damage or anything like that, because it's not going to last very long. We should be back into the 30s in no time. So, but just updating. Okay, it's 7:31 and temperature's dropping fast. This kind of surprised me. Now it's 27 degrees. I'm still not too worried that it's gonna affect much. But boy, the last half hour, the temperature really plummeted. All right, hopefully that's my last update and it'll start warming up.